185-pound UFC champion Israel Adesanya is quite literally unstoppable at his weight class.
He's a truly unique talent. His kickboxing, his striking is on another level.
With 23 wins in 23 middleweight fights.
That is it! Still undisputed! Quick night at the office for the champion, Israel Adesanya!
Now defending his title with ease.
He's too good, wow.
The crop of potential threats Adesanya's crown appears to be wearing thin. But a former foe from a past life has entered the fray. Before MMA glory,
Israel, what a showman!
Adesanya was a decorated kickboxing champion.
Your king in the ring, Israel Adesanya!
Believe in whatever you want to do, you can do it. I promise.
But the only man to ever knock him out between the ropes has now made his own transition to mixed martial arts.
Pereira is one of the best strikers on earth. Knocked out Israel Adesanya with one punch with kickboxing gloves.
And Brazilian powerhouse Alex Pereira
This is what this man has been doing his entire kickboxing career.
plans to replicate his previous meetings with the champion.
Ter ganho dele é uma coisa, o que eu vou fazer na hora é outra. Eu estou preparado para tudo.
That's it. You cannot stand in front of that man. This guy does that to the best kickboxers on planet Earth. I mean, that's the same hook he knocked out Adesanya with.
That was then, and this is now.
You're walking in there against your equal. They are gonna go to war.
Now it's time for my story.
His legacy as a champion would not be complete if he didn't fight Alex Pereira now.
When I finish him by MSG, I'm gonna blow the roof off that bitch.
The middleweight showcase tops the stacked UFC 281 pay-per-view billing in New York City, which features another title bout in the co-main event.
The undisputed strawweight championship is at stake.
A strawweight queen Carla Esparza
This woman is fierce.
Carla's a different level. She is an absolute killer.
battles former champion Zhang Weili.
She's done everything she can to become champion of the world once more. Spinning back fist, Marcio Jacek, and that'll do it. Zhang Weili. Oh my God.
Plus, former interim lightweight king Dustin Poirier
This is what I do. I live for this. Oh, knocked out for Poirier. What a big fighter. What the up? That's how you fight.
faces former title challenger Michael Chandler.
I want you at your baddest, and I want you at your best. Oh! There is not one MMA fan on the planet that doesn't want to see me.
But before the stars touch down in the world's most famous arena, first,
Keep your eye on the ball. Yeah, still going up.
get ready
You only become more dangerous at this point. They ain't gonna be ready for that.
for UFC 281.
Chandler, beware. My man is sharp. Knock your ass out.
Countdown. Another day in Auckland, New Zealand means another day in the high life. For UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya, a modern-day action hero, first attracted to combat by allures of the big screen.
Bruce Lee's the godfather of MMA,
Ooh, okay, thank you. We try some of this action.
but for me, Jackie Chan was that guy. He was the one that when I used to watch him on movies, I'd be chuckling, I'd be smiling, I'd be amazed at what he's doing.
Yeah, it's not bad. I want to send it though.
He is the guy that kind of got me into martial arts, and I took up Taekwondo at my primary school at the time. And then one day I watched Tony Jaa in Ong Bak. That was the movie that made Muay Thai mainstream to the world.
Oh, this feels good. This one's a good one.
After seeing that, I decided to take up Muay Thai because it looked very realistic.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Well, that's not bad.
There's no dad.
I had my first fight within, I think, 3 weeks of training, and the rest was history.
Trained by Eugene Barron and Doug Vine from Z Kickboxing in New Zealand. He is the last style bender.
Oh! This kid's got something special.
He does things that so many people can't even dream of. It is all style from Adesanya.
My style was always different. I was very fluid.
Very elusive and unorthodox. The problem is you can't hit what you can't touch.
Very creative, very intelligent with my style.
He's certainly a showman in the ring, but thus far in his career, he's been able to back it up.
I felt like I was the best.
Israel Adesanya reigns supreme.
Adesanya would compete in kickboxing for nearly a decade and earned 4 tournament championships.
He is the cruiserweight king in the ring.
But his time in the ring is more often associated with a pair of defeats, which came at the hands of Brazilian Alex Pereira.
O lugar onde eu cresci foi na periferia de São Paulo. Eu sempre trabalhei com meu pai, né, de servente de pedreiro, isso até antes dos 12 anos de idade. Depois dos 12 anos de idade, eu fui trabalhar em uma borracharia. E eu fui aprendendo ali a ter uma qualidade de vida não muito legal, né? Onde estava difícil ali, cada vez eu ia me afundando mais, né, na bebida. E eu falei, pô, eu tenho que parar, né? E é onde eu conheci a arte marcial, especificamente o kickboxing.
Aqui o pau tá comendo. Ô, rapaz.
Olha isso, que espetacular. Espetacular. Uau.
Vai na trocação. Outra vez à esquerda.
Os meus principais títulos no kickboxing é campeão brasileiro,
Alexandro Pereira. Nocaute técnico.
campeão pan-americano, campeão do WGP, oito vezes campeão do Glory, e nessas 8 lutas eu me tornei o primeiro campeão duplo do Glory.
现在呢，我们看到登场的就是
中国新的黑龙，新西兰国籍的选手。
Minha primeira luta com a Adesanya foi na China. Foi uma luta dura, né? Mas eu estava no começo da minha carreira.
黑龙阿迪赛亚呢，他是一个技巧型、技术性的打法，应付对手的这个凶狠的 KO 能力。
对，大家仔细看黑龙的这个躲闪的动作，
但是佩雷拉这个 KO 力量，黑龙。
I felt like I handily won.
拳是贴的比较好，这么好，我觉得是真的是非常难。
Unanimous decision in the blue corner.
You can even see in our faces, he thought he lost the fight, but then when his hand got raised, he was surprised, and I was surprised. Sometimes, really judging.
Senhoras e senhores, fãs de kickboxing em São Paulo e todo o Brasil, chegamos à penúltima luta da noite.
And then for the second fight, that was in Brazil.
Recebam Alex Pereira!
Tava round meio que igual.
佩雷拉的这个终结率将近70%啊，
是
你要小心，
要小心呐。
黑龙就是这种步步为营的这种方式，学习电影上的套路。
Quando a gente foi pro segundo, até a metade do segundo round também tava meio que igual, aonde ele conectou umas mãos.
I put him on skates.
佩雷拉的
裁判并没有叫停比赛，但佩雷拉刚才是有明显的这种，
But then the referee saved him.
他已经恍惚了一段时间了。
是，
And gave him an 8 count to rest. Cause what? We're in his hometown in Brazil.
他们会了，压力
错，这就是黑龙的一闪。 比赛的铃声响起的瞬间，黑龙已经出
马上就投入到比赛啊。
In the third round, he had some gusto, picked it up because he was down 2 rounds.
还真是的。
所以黑龙我们看一直保持脚步的移动和这个远距离。
Dois golpes, né? Ele saiu do primeiro, mas o segundo, né, que é o cruzado de esquerda, entrou e não teve jeito. Ele caiu inconsciente.
治疗了。
I remember the feeling, and I was okay. I'm not gonna let that happen again.
Takedown's in control against the wall. You guys gotta be explosive to get off.
But I focus on MMA now, on the aspects of MMA that I have to get better at. And there's so many with stand-up, grappling, with cage work, being on bottom, being on top. A lot. It's just way more variables in MMA.
Adesanya's second loss to Pereira
Better end up on top.
would be his last fight in kickboxing.
Adesanya, MMA debut, knockout 2 minutes into the first round.
And a full commitment to MMA would see Adesanya win 11 straight before earning a contract with the UFC.
It's pretty rare you see a guy make his UFC debut with this kind of height, right? Look at his pro kickboxing record, 75-4, 29 knockouts. His MMA record, 11-0.
All the while, Alex Pereira was watching.
Oh, big elbow on the spin. Oh, he's hard, man. Now the uppercut in the knee. Israel Adesanya.
My first UFC fight, I got sent a video that he posted, like, I've knocked this guy out.
And Adesanya touched over with the right hand. Big one there.
My second UFC fight, he posted it again. Third UFC fight. So I'm winning in life, and he's in some favela somewhere.
Oh!
And he's just like seeing me shining and like, I knocked that guy out.
Oh! Israel Adesanya is the undisputed king of the middleweights.
He's gonna spend the rest of his life just telling people how he beat me.
Oh! That is it! Wow. Still undisputed!
Yeah, I expected myself to go into UFC and be great, and I was.
Oh, nice stick by Adesanya.
Ele dava uma entrevista falando, eu iria olhar ele sempre lutando e eu ia falar pros meus amigos, tá vendo aquele cara ali? Eu já ganhei 2 vezes dele. Então eu posso falar pra você que isso me motivou muito. Ele achava que eu nunca ia chegar. O UFC hoje, né, onde é minha casa.
I am beyond excited to see this man's debut. This is one of the most ferocious fighters that has ever entered into the sport. And he knocks people into other dimensions. Knocked out Israel Adesanya with 1 punch. This man is a monster. Oh!
Alex Pereira!
That's what I'm talking about.
How good is that? Wow!
You can't stand in front of that man. When Alex Pereira connects, people go night-night.
Like Adesanya, Pereira would transition to MMA,
Oh, he's got him wobbled now.
where after just 6 fights, he had already put the champ on notice.
If he can capitalize on all the hype and the wins over Izzy in the kickboxing, it won't take him long.
I knew what he was gonna do. He was getting fast-tracked because of the story and the magnitude of this fight, and I welcomed it because I know the legacy that's behind it.
The UFC 276 Summer Blockbuster's main card would feature both Pereira and Adesanya, leaving a potential MMA matchup in their hands.
Alex, all signs seem to be pointing, and of course, both of you need to win on Saturday. A potential fight between yourself and Israel Adesanya. It seems to be heading in that direction. What's your final message to Israel as he gets ready to attempt to defend his title against Jared Cannonier on Saturday?
Tem uma luta antes, né, de uma disputa de cinturão. Então tô focado nessa luta, mas tô torcendo pro Adesanya.
The winner of tonight's fight likely will lay claim to a middleweight championship opportunity. Oh!
That's what I'm talking about. That's it.
Coming to a top 5 near you shortly, and perhaps the next middleweight title challenger, Alex Pereira.
I mean, that is the same hook he knocked out Adesanya with.
Israel Adesanya is like, okay, maybe I can get some get back.
Bom, muitas pessoas falam das 2 vitórias que eu tive contra Israel Adesanya, mas além disso, Eu bati no 4 do ranking, então eu mereço disputar o cinturão.
Hoje ele faz todo esse sucesso, mas eu tô chegando. A vez dele eu acho que já foi.
Just 4 years into his UFC career, Israel Adesanya on his way to becoming the greatest middleweight champion of all time. Jared Cannonier trying to be the first man at 185 pounds in mixed martial arts to beat Israel Adesanya.
Everyone has to fight him in a mixed martial arts fight. If you're standing there kickboxing with him, it's a problem.
Whoa, beautiful right hand by Izzy.
There is one guy that can fight Izzy like this. That one guy fought earlier tonight.
And Pereira has come out to watch this one. He is octagon side right now.
If this fight continues to go this way, it makes the Alex Pereira fight even more interesting. Oh, ooh. Nasty.
Ooh, Cannonier's head snapping back.
You're in a position now where you have beaten almost everyone in the division.
We know who's next, that part-time. Trust me.
The champion, ladies and gentlemen, Israel Adesanya.
For his style, his next fight is going to be his toughest fight. Because Pereira has an ability to put him out. We know that. We've seen that.
This fight just manifested itself, so yeah, I'm gonna do him.
UFC 276 in July of 2022.
I've wanted this one all week, man.
It is a big one.
Yeah, this is a big one. This one has a lot of stakes on it, too.
It was a marvel of unscripted middleweight drama.
Oh! People think they get it, but this guy does that to the best kickboxers on planet Earth.
As kickboxers turned MMA behemoths.
Oh, nice front kick to the face by Israel.
Reignited the rivalry.
You know who's next, that part-time. Trust me.
The champion, ladies and gentlemen, Israel Adesanya.
And subsequently signed on the dotted line.
Pereira has an ability to put him out. We know that. We've seen that. Imagine the confidence he has with the small gloves to knock out Izzy.
Now set to face Alex Pereira on November 12th in New York City. Champion Israel Adesanya doesn't allow previous defeats to cloud his focus.
Get the arm as deep as you can, drop the elbow like a pendant and step back over. Like you're trying to take back half guard. You're basically...
Okay. Backstep.
Yeah.
There was a moment after the fight, like we get back to the hotel, we're chilling, and then Eugene goes, "Oi, smile." And I look and takes a photo of me, and it's this beautiful smile. Just like, you know, I'm fine. Part of the game we play, losses. You can let it either crush you or you can let it motivate you and build you.
1, 3, 4, switch. Jab. 2, 3.
The advantage held by Adesanya will be experience. And the champ prepares accordingly for his 25th professional MMA contest, while Pereira trains for just his 8th.
It's what makes this fight so interesting, because he's had very few MMA fights. 1, 2, 3, hey. We have to make sure Israel gets to impose all that experience on Alex. And that was a completely different sport.
One of the most dynamic, layered strikers, and of course a game that has continued to round itself into form.
Uma luta ali que, claro, eu fico feliz com a minha vitória, com a vitória dele, né? Porque isso dá a chance de eu estar disputando o cinturão, e ainda mais com ele, né? Que é um cara que tá aí.
Only an insane opponent would be smiling at that.
He's that guy that people think can beat me because he already has in kickboxing in the past.
Everybody wondered how he would handle all the different skills needed for mixed martial arts. And today he's just a truly well-rounded mixed martial artist.
They're late to the party. It's like, I've dealt with that emotion a long time ago. It evokes no feelings inside me.
No Brasil tem um ditado que quem apanha nunca esquece. Eu acho que o fato de eu ter nocauteado o Adesanya vai ter um grande peso aí para ele nessa próxima luta. Ele sabe que isso é possível. Agora vamos fazer mais longe, hein? Agora daí, Glover. Aquecendo aqui primeiro. Vou tirar daí agora.
Pereira's fast rise in mixed martial arts is due in large part to fellow Brazilian and former UFC light heavyweight champion Glover Teixeira.
Tá pouquinho só acima, tá no rumo certinho, velho. Só tem que abaixar ela pouco.
Who welcomed the now former kickboxer to his Connecticut home.
Convicção! Eu insisti na parada, persisti. Pô, perdendo a luta. Nocautei agora, Portão. Chama. Pá.
To aid Pereira in his pursuits of the UFC middleweight belt.
Bora lá. Let's go. Bora, tu. We become good friends and good training partners, you know? I help him out to wrestle and jiu-jitsu, and he help everybody with the striking. I think with the Alex mentality right now, it's not about the place, it's about the training. That guys have one mindset, and it's to be the best in the world. One goal, man. One goal. Nothing else to think about it. But when you want that more than anything, man. Israel is a great fighter. This is MMA, but I think Alex is close in that distance and catch him. Vambora, esse round é bem tranquilo, very relaxed. Você vai com ele ali. Vai, Adesanya, ready? Let's get it on! Vamos, light spot.
On November 12th in New York City, two world-class middleweights forged by fighting
He's getting picked apart here.
realize the full potential of their combat crossovers.
Immediately, he is about as relevant as he could be.
From stand-up strikes in the ring
He's too good, wow.
to mixed martial arts in the Mecca. When the dust settles at UFC 281, the champion will rise.
All the stuff that Izzy's been doing is starting to pile on.
Bom, ele entra na luta só pra não perder,
He's so dominant that he cruises.
mas eu entro na luta pra ganhar.
Any mistake you make with Pereira, it's night-night.
Eu vi que ele voltou, aí eu tinha que terminar o serviço.
Alex Pereira has done it again!
Nada vai atrapalhar.
I'm expecting him to come and try and take my head off.
He is a ferocious man.
He has a strong spirit. Well, so do I. So this battle is not just physical.
Adesanya doesn't let these moments get to him.
I think once you get in there with Izzy, reality sets in.
There's other forces at play in this.
Pereira has an ability to put him out. We know that. We've seen that. And only one guy would be excited about knowing that he's going to fight a guy that's knocked him out before. That's Israel Adesanya.
The almighty universe blessed me with this opportunity.
On his way to becoming the greatest middleweight champion of all time.
So I'm gonna take it.
Here we go, folks.
This is crazy.
UFC 281's co-main event will see strawweight champion Carla Esparza return to the octagon for the first time since reclaiming her title in May of this year.
I love it.
A feat that has granted her opportunities to motivate and inspire future generations.
The Disneyland Expo. This is gonna be really fun.
D23 is for Disney superfans.
I got invited to go speak at the D23 Expo, speaking on my journey as a female pioneer in a male-dominated sport.
Hello, everybody. UFC Women's Strawweight Champion. That's incredibly impressive.
There wasn't a lot of girls in wrestling or in MMA when I started.
Nobody really laid out like a path for me. It was just kind of like figuring it out as I went. My mom was this huge role model for me. She came to this country from Ecuador and nobody laid out the path for her. She kind of had to figure things out, but she always just worked hard and never complained. The way she acted and things she did really stuck with me and kind of helped me on my journey. Seeing like these young girls and being that role model for them, and you know, maybe like one that I didn't have as a martial artist growing up. So it's a super cool feeling.
You're an inspiration, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Let's make some noise.
Thank you.
What a wonderful woman. Thank you so much, guys.
I told myself when I started mixed martial arts, I'm gonna do this as long as I can. Gradually, there started being more and more opportunities. Like Invicta FC came around. And then just having this huge opportunity, fighting for the first ever UFC strawweight championship.
She's tapping. Carla Esparza is the UFC strawweight champion.
Esparza's time as the inaugural UFC strawweight champion would be short-lived.
Esparza's in huge trouble.
He can stop this fight, and he does. Carla didn't have an answer.
But in the near decade to follow, Colin Oyama's top female fighter would persevere.
What sets Carla apart from a lot of people is she has a certain quiet determination. Even in practice, something goes wrong, she'll try and make a point of coming back the next time, and whatever happened the last time, she's gonna shut that off. Once she sets her mind to something, like, hey, I'm gonna do this, I don't care what it takes.
Highest takedown rate in strawweight history. Carla Esparza trying to make another run.
Within these last 8 years, I've definitely had a lot of ups and downs.
Oh, she got clipped.
Gedalia's wobbly. Esparza with a big right.
The winner by split decision.
I had to really take a deep look at myself.
She's been concentrating on tightening up all the areas of her MMA game.
And I had to make a lot of adjustments to a lot of areas.
She keeps getting better. Carla Esparza, next in line.
Forcing yourself to be in these uncomfortable situations and positions are what makes you better.
She beat Rose Namajunas, and 8 years later, fight again for the title.
5-fight winning streak to set up a title shot tonight.
Carla Esparza has truly earned this opportunity to fight for the belt.
And I've solidified my spot in the history books, becoming a 2-time UFC champion.
Esparza's second victory over Rose Namajunas was the 6th time the strawweight belt changed hands since Esparza claimed it 8 years ago, and one of the 4 women to hold it during that time is now set to face Esparza at UFC 281.
Zhang Weili makes history.
China's first UFC champion, Zhang Weili, showed tremendous promise when she captured and defended the belt.
The greatest fight in women's mixed martial arts history.
But relinquished it, just like the champs before her.
我之前2021年我连续2次输给 Rose。
It was a very close competitive fight.
只有在你跌倒了以后，你才知道你哪有问题，才能更好的总结你自己，让你自己变得更强大。 上面也好，还是从技术方面也好。当你失利了以后，你怎么样能重新站起来，这个是非常非常重要的。
Zhang Weili would recalibrate by moving training camps to Thailand.
That's it. Good. Nice.
And book a high-stakes rematch with another former strawweight champion. The division's record holder for title defenses, Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
The former strawweight queen is back. The winner of this fight fights for the belt.
因为在我跟 Joanna 打之前 ，Dana White 就说，如果谁赢了这场比赛，就会挑战冠军。
Weili's a former champ. She understands the stakes.
Her confidence is on another level. The physicality of this lady. She's just out muscling her. Big shot.
所以我跟 Joanna 我俩斗志都很强，冠军挑战权，给的也这，我的目标一直都是冠军。
Zhang has the power advantage. Strength matters. Oh! Spinning back fist. Floors Jędrzejczyk, and that'll do it. Zhang Weili putting a capstone on the rematch.
Oh my goodness.
Her next fight will be against Carla Esparza as she tries to regain the strawweight title.
When UFC strawweight champion Carla Esparza defeated Rose Namajunas.
All right, so Carla Esparza goes into her wedding week as she embraces her soon-to-be husband as the UFC strawweight champion for a second time.
It was both the culmination of an 8-year journey to reclaim the belt.
You gotta do the wife carry.
Is that belt going to make an appearance at the wedding next week?
I'm gonna walk with this belt down the aisle as my something new.
And a precursor to the married life Esparza would begin just 1 week later.
As I promised, I walked down the aisle with my UFC championship belt.
I now pronounce you and new husband and wife. You may now kiss the champ.
They ended up doing a story when I won the belts and got married the next week. Something new. UFC's Carla Esparza weds a week after winning the title fight. I've been featured in like local newspapers, you know, especially after I started winning The Ultimate Fighter. To be featured for something kind of a little outside of the fighting realm and a little bit more personal, it feels kind of special.
Following the highs of championship and wedding celebrations, Esparza would get back to work, shifting focus to her first title defense.
Let's go, mouthpiece in, let's go.
Against former champion Zhang Weili.
Minute goes, take down and up, go.
At UFC 281.
Takedowns, takedowns.
The former champ is, you know, somebody that's been on the radar. Obviously, we always thought that we would have to match up with her at some point.
Go, 20 seconds, let's go.
I've seen her hit some people with some shots and, you know, put them out. So obviously she's very strong.
Zhang Weili putting a capstone on the rematch.
Carla's strong too, though. We're gonna bring some things to her that she hasn't seen. We're gonna find a way to get the fight to the ground, and we're gonna walk out of Madison Square Garden still the champ.
To prepare for the title bout with Esparza, Zhang Weili returns to Phuket, Thailand. A Southeast Asian paradise the former champ is quickly getting used to.
因为我很喜欢这里，我觉得这儿的训练氛围也很好，然后气候也很好，然后还是常理好啊。对。对。这是啥呀？这是什么？鱼丸，有点像豆腐。泰国菜很健康，然后对我们的备战啊、平时的减重啊都很好。对，因为它很清淡，没有很多油。一般在普吉岛遇到很多中国人的时候，都会认出我来，然后都会合影。然后在泰国也有很多的华人，然后感觉很亲切。
While the allures of Phuket are plentiful, what really keeps Zhang Weili coming back is the privatized training she receives at the newly minted Bong Tao Gym. Led by the Hickman brothers, whose wrestling specialty helps prepare the former champion for Esparza's strengths.
Weili, I have to put weight heavy.
然后他们每个人呢都有不同的技术风格。
There you go.
然后可以从他们每个人的身上学习很多好的技术。
To keep him, and now I shake.
It's no secret that Carla's biggest strength is her wrestling and grappling. But we saw a lot of places that she's not the best in, and that Weili can exploit and capitalize on. Weili is a complete package. She's good everywhere. So Weili is going to become the champion again.
Wow! Zhang Weili!
On November 12th in New York City, China's former champ Zhang Weili battles reigning queen Carla Esparza.
Carla, relentless. The timing, absolutely beautiful.
For undisputed strawweight gold.
Her power, her aggression.
That is a truly special athlete.
因为我就觉得我肯定可以碾压她，不管是站立还是地面摔跤，因为我们准备了很多，而且我训练非常刻苦。
Next will be Carla Esparza, highest takedown rate in strawweight history.
I'm gonna execute my game plan.
She's developed a full, well-rounded game.
Get the win and solidify my spot in the history of this division.
UFC 281's feature bout will see the return of Iron Michael Chandler, a Nashville, Tennessee native, back in South Florida for training camp, where not a day goes by without reminders of the growing family Chandler fights for.
Hey, look at the phone so I can see you, dude. This is why we FaceTime, so I can see your whole face. You see the little rectangle? Put your face in there. Yeah, dude.
I'm doing something over here.
Oh, you are? You want me to show me your baby brother? Oh, there he is. Oh. My wife and I, we adopted our second baby boy, Ace Man. And I think there is a little bit of extra motivation now that I have 2 children. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's more mouths to feed, there's more responsibility, there's more work that needs to be done. You know, that's always been my goal, to have financial freedom for my family. And this sweetie, got a little surprise for you. You know, especially my wife, Bree, and my sons. Alrighty, Hat Man, Daddy's gonna go work out. I love you.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye, I love you, baby.
I love you.
Okay, see ya.
I'll see ya. Let me hang up.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Bye.
Chandler now supports his wife and adopted sons with a new UFC contract, one which befits a top 5 lightweight.
This guy's got it all.
Whose performances deliver time and time again.
Nice, Michael.
He is going to go to a level that he never thought possible. Oh! That's why why you paid the big bucks for Michael Chandler.
Surprise! Surprise!
Chandler's power is hurting Oliveira every time he touches him.
Oh, Oliveira's in trouble.
Nice. Just body. Wow. Body shots. Always with Michael Chandler.
He's so strong physically, and he has so much belief in his strength and his ability to fight.
I want to be the guy who, when you think of me, you think that guy's a good representation of the sport.
This place is going mad. This fight has been everything it was promised to be.
Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler now connected forever.
I know the UFC is going to continue to build the whole sport of mixed martial arts.
First round, are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
So they're making good on their promise, and I'm making good on mine.
Oh my goodness! That was the best front kick to the face of all time.
And all Chandler's thinking about is finding his son Hap.
Chandler's next fight will take place in New York City on November 12th.
Which one do you like better? Blue?
I'm set.
Against former interim champion Dustin Poirier.
Guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
A like-minded lightweight seeking his return to the title picture.
All right, boys, let's roll. You know that I can be a tad bit messy, and the best way to be messy is to bring two dudes on the show that are fighting each other. You guys can't seem to get on the same page. Why?
In Abu Dhabi, Dustin Poirier said, if the UFC wants me to fight Michael Chandler, I would just go sell hot sauce.
You know, he should fight Charles Oliveira or something. Let Chandler and Charles Oliveira go at it. That doesn't really interest me at this point. I'm going to sell hot sauce if that's the case.
But I never discredited what you've done. I just said I want to see the guy earn his stripes in the UFC. And you've done that now, so that's why you're fighting me November 12th.
But does Mike not have a little bit of a reason to be upset when he hears that, Dustin?
He can feel however he wants to feel. This is fighting. I don't care.
You think he's fake a little bit, Dustin?
No, you said that. I didn't say that. I don't know the guy personally. He might be a great guy.
Let's watch this video real quick. You two are now at a public event, getting after each other, having to be separated. This is before you are even scheduled to fight, fellas.
That was the first time I seen him in person since Abu Dhabi.
You too, man. You put away a tough guy.
When I saw him, I wanted to tell him what I thought about him.
Have we, exchanged some words now? Absolutely. But the truth remains the same. We got to go out there and fight.
UFC 281, November 12th from Madison Square Garden is going to be crazy. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, DC.
Tom, let's work.
For this fight with Chandler, not a whole lot of trash talk needs to happen. Let's go. When I'm booked on a card, you know you're gonna get violence.
Dustin's definitely amongst the top tier in boxing.
Visualize you catching shots, countering.
There you go. You got a lot of guys in the UFC who have a striking base, but not particularly a boxing base.
You catch it, return. Catch it, return. He ain't gonna be ready for that.
Boxing knowledge makes the difference. That's where Dustin shines. Tom.
Fighting out of the Lafayette, Louisiana, the Diamond.
That's a born fighter, ladies and gentlemen.
The striking of Poirier has just gotten so much better. It's amazing to watch a person grow right in front of our eyes. That's what we've done with Dustin Poirier.
Incredible action. Sir, you ready? Fight.
Dustin Poirier owns 12 fight night bonuses.
I want the Eddie Gaethje winner, and I want $50,000.
And 20 wins in the UFC.
This is what I do. I live for this. Every day. All day.
With notable victories over numerous former champions.
Eddie Alvarez, former champ. Anthony Pettis, former champ. Justin Gaethje, former champ.
Including Conor McGregor.
Oh! Dustin Poirier has knocked out Conor McGregor!
And while the Diamond captured interim gold during its decorated campaign, undisputed glory has evaded him.
Oh, man. Dustin's in real trouble. It's under the neck. It's under the neck. It's under the neck. He's going to tap.
He tapped, and still Charles Oliveira down and out, folks.
Somewhere along the line of these last few training camps, I forgot that this is combat.
He has fought for everything he's ever got, winning and losing, rebuilding himself.
I started to look at it like an athletic venture. Just the business side of fighting started bringing me into that mindset.
I've got knocked down, I've climbed back up, I've overcome adversity so many times.
I'm not going into this fight with that mindset. This is kill or be killed by any means necessary.
I've been watching Chandler for a very long time. Phenomenal athlete, great wrestler. But I think Dustin smokes him in those like moments where the bullets are flying. Dustin finds a way always to remain calm and cool, and Dustin's gonna catch him.
We're gonna go 3-minute go. Let's get it going.
I defeat Poirier by going out there, keeping my foot on the gas. Never let him get really started, wear him down and finish him.
I'm expecting early in the fight a lot of pressure from him. This is another fight where I'm gonna be the matador, picking my shots and putting Michael Chandler away.
It's guaranteed fireworks when Poirier and Chandler go toe-to-toe in the Mecca for a night headlined by a pair of equally compelling title bouts.
The MMA leader has once again descended upon the city that never sleeps.
The inaugural UFC strawweight champion is back.
The strawweight queen Carla Esparza battles former champion Zhang Weili and middleweight king Israel Adesanya.
Fastest man in the world, baby.
Welcomes former kickboxing foe Alex Pereira to rarefied championship air.
You cannot stand in front of that man.
It all goes down in the Big Apple at UFC 281.